we put it to the drivers. It's getting dark here. Rain is not more than a couple miles away. This of 4 in a row is the last race. Look at the clouds up over this track. They are going to really be racing to try and beat the weather here.
Boy, and it is still hot out here and very humid. That's why we got the threat of thunderstorms. Track temperature still over 120 degrees. And boy, that corrected altitude. Boy, it's hard for those engines to breathe when it's over 4,400 feet corrected.
And Mike, just a few minutes ago, I was talking with Antron Brown, who has great confidence heading into this final round matchup against Larry Dixon. Says they have nothing to lose. They're going to give it everything they got because last round against Corey Mack in the semifinals, they got themselves into trouble by playing it safe. So they're going up there now with a more aggressive game plan.
Antron Brown last won at the finals last year, then over Spencer Massey. Larry Dixon, of course, is looking to go back-to-back. He is the defending champion here at Norwalk. And he's 6-0 in final round.
And has a very good race car. He's your #1 qualifier against your #2 qualifier. That's the way you draw it up on paper. Doesn't always work that way, but this is what we like to see. The 2 best cars on the property right now going at it. Don Schumacher's looking at his driver, Antron Brown, hoping he can take out Larry Dixon, but Larry Dixon has an awfully good running race car right now.
Norwalk final, top fuel, Dixon and Brown. Man, is that a race. Wow. Larry Dixon, 388 to a losing 390 for Antron Brown. Larry Dixon has done it again.
Yeah. Oh, boy, was that just a good old drag race, though. Antron Brown had the advantage off of the starting line, a little more than 200ths of a second, and that was about the difference on the racetrack, and he elapsed time. If you take a look at it one more time, Larry Dixon had to run him down on the other end. They were both just pretty much locked together. Look at that margin of victory, 22/10,000ths of a second. Larry Dixon gets the win.
Larry Dixon, his 55th career win, Dave Reeve.
Your 7th win this season, Alan. Your 90th in top fuel. Do those numbers stagger even you?
You know, I really don't even think about it. You know, I'm just thinking about the next race and what we got to do to try and win. And, you know, we're doing really good this year, and we want to keep this thing going and hopefully get it stretched out through the end of the year and get a championship for this Allen Abbey team.
Jason McCullough, this one looked particularly satisfying. Not just the look on his face, but the look on yours as well. How satisfying?
Well, it's great. It's, you know, it's hot weather, and it's a tricky track, and we didn't have such a good weekend last weekend. We rebounded quite well here.
I would not argue with that, Gary Gerald.
Man, an amazing drag race, separated by merely 2,000ths of a second at the finish line. Larry, you're now 7-0 in finals this year. Does that number even impress you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, because it's hard. You're racing such talented teams. One to get there and one in the final 2,000. God, he left on me so bad. I mean, I could hear him. And, you know, thank God for, you know, the Allen Abbey horsepower, you know, Sheikh Khalid, Country Qatar, you know, Toyota Valvoline, Goodyear, everybody, Speed Tech, they do a great job. And, well, they saved my rear end in the final. But, you know, thanks to them, man. We, you know, Summit, Full Throttle, everybody does a great job. Thank you.
They said they wanted to atone for that first round loss last week. I think they've done it, John Kernan.
And we're with Antron Brown. And Antron, you had the advantage off the line, just nipped you there at the end, 2,000ths of a second. That's got to be very disappointing.
It is. You know, our team, you know, we got to take the positives out of it. You know, our Maco's whole team's doing a great job, and we came out here, we just fell short by 2,000ths of a second, and we just go back, work harder. This is a dynamite race team. It felt great to race them in the final. My hat's off to them, and Larry did a great job, Alan, Jason, all them, and but we're going to get them. I hope we get them when it counts in the countdown, because that's where it really counts. This right here gets us in, and we're gaining points on the other ones in front of us, so we're going to keep on marching on Army strong. Use that valve when you get this car up the car, and we're gonna be there in the end. We're running for this championship for sure.
We are getting closer. That countdown starts at the U.S. Nationals. Top fuel points. Larry Dixon, he grabbed an extra bunch. You can see Dixon, Schumacher, Corey Mack, they've all clinched.
Yeah, Antron Brown picked up a position. Doug Coletta lost one. And that battle for the 10th and final position, David Grubnick, Terry McMillan, Steve Torrance, they're battling it out.